Persistence is the key to success. This is now my fourth attempt to record this video this morning. I keep having challenges based on sounds and my thoughts being all over the place, but I'm not giving up until I get something done that I can post. So here's take 4 of attempting. See, there we go. I can't even talk. Attempting to talk about persistence. And the reason I'm thinking about persistence is, just for many reasons, I guess. One of them is the fires raging to the north of Reno. I and many others are very worried about what's happening up there. My father has also already had to evacuate. He's in a hotel. His home is in an evacuation zone. He is remote enough that it is possible his house might not be saved, and that would be a shame because it is something he built. And that was the last place where my mother lived. So, very worried about what might happen there. But all of my kids and grandkids are also very close to prepare to evacuate zones. They're not quite there yet, but they're very close. They're concerned, obviously. They're not sleeping well. They're trying to function and get through the days the best they can. But, it's hard when you don't know at any particular moment in time if you're going to be told that you need to evacuate right away. The weather has been very hot and dry and windy, and the grass out in that area, there is a lot of cheatgrass, and it is very flammable right now. So it's got me thinking about how, even though things do not look good, the firefighters are being persistent because they're trying to save as many homes as possible. I do think some structures have been lost. A friend of a friend lost their home, unfortunately, and my thoughts and prayers go out to everybody who is being affected by these fires. And like I said, it's hitting really close to home because basically most of my family is in, if not in a direct danger zone, but pretty close. And it doesn't look like that's going to change anytime soon, either for good or bad. So the persistence of the firefighters to keep fighting to try to get that under control, to keep it away from the more populated areas, even if someone like my dad loses his house. I mean, that would be horrible, but he would be safe at least. And, if a house or two has to go for other people to be safe, it's not a great trade-off, but it does happen. And I can't go too much farther down that road because it's going to make me very emotional. I woke up at 4 a.m. this morning. My thoughts are kind of all over the place. I'm worried. I'm stressed. I'm discouraged because we are still in fourth place in the America's Favorite Couple competition. Tomorrow is another elimination. It doesn't look like we're going to make the cut this time. I'm still trying to promote it a little bit, more as a distraction than anything else, but I'm discouraged that we haven't picked up any traction whatsoever in that. And, I'm still being persistent in at least talking about it if I'm not doing much more than that. And it just reminds me of other areas where I've had to be persistent. It seems like every time JT and I decide we're going to do something, we've waited just a little bit too long to get there. We're not really early adopters in many ways because we're older and, maybe we're more cautious than we should be, which is not a bad thing, but it does tend to cause us to find that the finish line has been shifted. So, for example, I just found out that YouTube is changing their monetization requirements. And I don't know that I ever really thought about being monetized as a channel, but they're doubling up on the requirements for that. So it's even less likely that that will happen now. Like I said, that really wasn't my goal in the first place. What I'm trying to do is really one of the main things I was trying to do was be consistent with doing something. And that has been very positive for me this year. It is, we're going to be heading into mid-August here. And I have posted a video, either a long form or a short, every day since New Year's. So I'm feeling very good about having accomplished that, even though I think I got maybe a handful more subscribers, which that's also cool. And, I'm being persistent about continuing to do this despite the fact that discouraging things come up, like YouTube changing their monetization requirements, which again was not at the forefront of my mind, but it was kind of in the back, that it would be cool if that would happen, and that maybe having the channel monetized would help fund some of the editing and cover design for my books. But, you know, there are other ways to do that as well. And being persistent in writing and publishing is another way to try to achieve those goals. We're hoping someday that our books will at least break even and that we will be able to cover the cost of our editing and cover design with our income from selling the books. At this point, we are still seeding our little company with our retirement funds, which, that's fine. JT and I have talked quite a bit about the fact that people have retirement hobbies. Some people buy RVs and travel. Some people buy Harley Davidsons, or classic cars or something that takes a lot of money for upkeep. So the thing that we are pouring money into is our little publishing company. And we're doing it in such a way as we're not taking away from the money that we need for day-to-day survival. We are still seeding our savings account as well, because we need to have money set aside in case something happens. But we're also being persistent about writing and publishing and promoting our little publishing company where we can. So even though there is a lot to be discouraged about, we are being persistent in pursuing those dreams because we've had success to a certain degree. We have sold a lot more books this year than we have in the past. We just haven't quite achieved a level that would at least allow us to break even. And while that is discouraging, I take positive feelings away from the fact that we seem to be doing something right. So we will get there. And I think as long as we continue to be persistent, next year could be even better than this year. So we're not going to stop trying. And, both JT and I do get rather discouraged from time to time. That's normal. Humans get that way because not everything is perfect. And sometimes the things we want the most are the ones that are hardest to achieve. So having persistence is very important. And I decided to record this video today about persistence because that's on the forefront of my mind, trying to distract myself from worrying about things I can't control right now. There's absolutely nothing I can do about the fires. I'm keeping an eye on things. I'm keeping in contact with my family to make sure everybody's okay. And, I keep telling them that if they need anything, we're right there. So in that way, I'm doing everything I can. But in other ways, it's a very helpless feeling. And for the competition, whatever happens, I never really expected us to win, actually, the competition, because there are people who are doing things that may not be, kind of in line with what everybody else is doing. And a lot of people have already kind of given up on the whole idea anyway. But I thought it was fun to continue trying to see how far we can get. And the fact that we made it to the top 5, the next round would actually be the semifinals. So we got pretty far along in this competition without really even trying very hard. And it has been a fun ride, but it's also a little discouraging to see that the finish line is there. Just a few more votes maybe, and we could actually make second or first place and have the possibility of advancing just a little bit further in the competition. It's discouraging, but like I said, I'm going to mention it just a few more times in the next 36-ish hours or so that we are probably still actually in the competition. But there are other things that I could be doing too. So even though sometimes the goalposts are shifting, sometimes my ideas about how to do things are shifting, that doesn't mean I'm giving up on what I'm trying to do. And one of the reasons I actually wanted to win the competition was the $20,000 would be great for us to be able to adapt our workshop into a podcasting studio. But we could earn that money by selling our books. So, I mean, it's not like we're out of the competition and that dream is gone. There are other ways to achieve that dream. And I can continue to promote our books, promote our podcasts, promote my YouTube videos. Even though I have not achieved what I consider to be success on that front, aside from the fact that I continue to do it, that doesn't mean that I won't get there if I keep trying. So basically, long story short, I hope that if you're feeling discouraged, this gives you a little bit of inspiration that if you are persistent, I fully believe you can achieve what you want to. It may not be when you hope to, it may not be in the way you expected to, but I think if you keep trying, if you keep adapting, success is possible. And I'm not just saying that to make myself feel better. I'm saying that because I know that there are days when all of us can feel a little discouraged, when we may feel like giving up and just saying, oh, the world is just, it's too hard for me to navigate this and I'm never going to get where I want to. And I think it's a shame. So try not to give up on your dreams. Do whatever you can, in a safe way. You don't want to do anything that's going to harm you physically, emotionally, financially, because we all still need to survive in the current world in which we're living. But I do think we need to be persistent in achieving those dreams or following those dreams in the hope of achieving them. So if you have dreams that you are hoping to achieve, please put them down in the comment section, and I will be happy to at least try to give you a little bit of inspiration to keep trying to achieve those dreams. I'm not going to be great on the advice front, but I have a lot of, positive outlook that I can share. So if you're not feeling all that positive today, I'm happy to share my positive outlook with you. And I'm sure other people would be happy to do the same thing as well, because I do feel that we do better when we are trying to build each other up, when we are trying to support each other, when we are trying to promote each other. And I really, even though I was having fun with the America's Favorite couple competition, I wasn't trying to do anything cutthroat to advance beyond other couples, because it is fun to see other people feel like they can achieve those dreams. And other people, I've mentioned this before, everybody has different ideas of what they wanted to do with the money, and everyone's dreams are equally valid. So I am happy to celebrate the people who do move on tomorrow, when we probably won't. I mean, there's still a slight possibility things could change in the next day. Very slight. But the only sure loss is if I give up, basically. And that's true of everyone. The only sure way to lose out on achieving your dreams is to give up on them. So I hope this disjointed discussion of persistence helps to remind you that you should keep trying. And really, achieving our goals is great, but sometimes working to achieve them is equally satisfying. And it's the little milestones we make along the way that we should really celebrate. So keep trying, be persistent, do the best you can, all of that stuff. And I'm rooting for you. So I hope you're having a wonderful day so far. I hope that you're not in one of the many areas that is in danger of burning at this point in time. There are so many large fires going that it's very stressful, but please be careful wherever you are, whatever you're doing. Take care of yourself. Don't give up. And I will talk to you again tomorrow. I'm Cassidy Carson, and this is The Life of a Writer. Take care.